been a very long time since I've made a video, like a market watch style video, and that's what I will end up calling this thing. It's not really a market watch. I just want to give my opinions on Prismatic Evolutions. And for that, I have to bring up prices and stuff. But it's been a very long time since I've done a video like this. But I feel like I just have to do a video like this and bring it up to just go over the absolute dumpster fire that is this Prismatic Evolutions release. So, ETBs, typically go pick them up at the store, 50, 60 bucks, depending on where you're picking them up from. Currently, Prismatic Evolution ETBs are sitting at 118. This is lower than what they have been over release weekend, right? We could see at one point they jumped up to like 140, 150-ish. And the thing is, I think around this point is when Pokemon released the statement, hey, we're printing more. And then you just see a dip from that 150 down to about the 120 range. And they're holding strong at about that 120. Now, with that being said, Pokemon has already come out and said, hey, we will be printing this set a lot. That is an official Pokemon statement on this set when people were saying, hey, we want this set, but we can't get our hands on it. I think a lot of people are wanting this set to be like a Evolving Skies 2.0, which I don't think it's going to end up being like that. We have these sets, these reprint sets that come out every single year around the beginning of the year. It was, Shining Fates, Paldean Fates, Crown Zenith, and now Prismatic Evolutions. It is a reprint set with some new cards and some new arts. This one just happens to be all of the evolutions, and that's why everybody is going crazy. So, just looking at like everything from Prismatic Evolutions here, like Sylveon, market price 500 listings, or 500 for the market price listings at 100. It's probably Japanese for the 200, yeah. And then the other one sitting at 500. The top end of this set is very high. I will give the set that. If you open any of the evolutions, like you were making your money back tenfold if you can buy it for MSRP. But the very high top end of this set means that there's also a very, very low end of this set. We see the Pikachu got reprinted, the gold Pikachu. This has a new art for Dragapult, for Roaring Moon, very good. This Ceruledge is really nice. I love Ceruledge. The deck might be bad. I still love it though. I am not paying $165 for Ceruledge EXs. I'm not doing it. But as for like a competitive player, this set is awesome. If we get past all of the arts and everything, side note, Mini Tins being $60 pre-sale is disgusting. This is wild. And I get why people are doing it, because they're like, oh, I want to collect all of them. But this has 2 packs in it. 2 packs and an Umbreon tin is $60. Crazy. I don't think they'll end up selling for that much, but, who am I to say? Anyway, in this set, you have like the Master Ball rares, the Master Ball patterns, and I think that is also carrying this set a little bit. I don't think this set is going to be anything too crazy. I think it's just the initial hype, if I'm being completely honest, because like I said, Pokemon's already came out and said, hey, we're going to print this a lot. And the last time they made a statement like that is, I think it was Fusion Strike, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. But they've made that statement before, and they released tons of products and started printing stuff into the ground, and that's when a lot of people decided, you know what, I should probably stop buying Pokemon cards, and we saw that surplus of product come in. But anyway, the Master Ball stuff, Master Ball Slowpoke, sitting at $20. Love it. Fantastic looking card. We have a lot of like the Ogrepons, the Walking Wakes, so a lot of the Paradox Pokemon getting reprints in like a gold rare that we didn't get them in the sets. For a actual player though, like I'm saying, I'm trying to go to where playables are. Like Master Ball Duskulls being $10, that's a competitive thing. Dusclops being $10, competitive thing. I'm trying to go to like the reprints. I probably have to go a little bit into the actual set here. Prime Catcher was like $25 at one point. I know, it was more than $25. This thing was like $40, I believe, is what I bought mine at. But Prime Catcher reprint and this set, making it only $3 is crazy. Crazy that Prime Catcher is only $3. And I know that it also has a printing in the Charizard battle deck, but still, only being $3. Insane. Terapagos EX only being $1.25 or $3 market price. I guess we should go market price because they do have Japanese listings in here. But only being $3. Also, this thing was like $8 or $9 at one time. So if you're looking to play the game, what a great set to buy singles from, if I'm being completely honest. Iron Thorns, $2, nothing crazy. Dragapult, $2, around that. Teal Mask Ogerpon was like $8 or $9 at one point. Now it is $3 with this set. So we're looking at, let me see, like, yeah, 158, 187. So it shot up 30 cents. But the fact that you can buy these now for $2 instead of like the 10 that they were at one point, easy. So if you're looking to get into competitive Pokemon, definitely just order the singles. Don't rip product of like this actual pack, because some of these prices are crazy. Fan Rotom, the Pokeball pattern. I really do like the Pokeball pattern cards, like the Pokemon pattern reverse holo stuff. Looks fantastic. I will say that all day long. I think buying like the Professor's Research with the Pokeball pattern, I will probably be buying a playset or multiple playsets just to have. Only $2. Sure, absolutely, take my money. And then going into some of like the other full arts, like, dude, Iron Hands was like, what, $15-16 at one point. Again, now $2. Insane. Competitive players, we are eating. I wish I could say the same for collectors, because they're down atrocious right now. But other than that, like I said, very high end. You have the evolutions, you have everything. A lot of the times you're not looking at that high end, you're looking at more of this low end stuff is what you're going to pull. The fact that Badoo is in this set too, this is like the most sought after competitive card. But if you are looking to open stuff and you're looking to profit off of opening, probably not going to happen unless you hit, one of those crazy evolutions pretty much off the rip. Now, looking back at the Elite Trainer boxes, like I said, 120. If we look on eBay, we're looking at 6 of them sold for $600, meaning about $100 a piece. So they're averaging that like 120 mark. These are like sealed cases, and I'm not just going to go over case prices. Let's be honest here. 2 sealed ETBs, 175, 110. So I mean, they are selling for roughly about $100 on eBay, give or take. So if you're wanting to buy an ETB, maybe just go to eBay, send in some offers. But who knows? Again, because Pokemon has already said, hey, we're reprinting this set a lot. So I think if you can just kind of wait it out and you can hold out past the FOMO, you're probably going to be able to end up finding Prismatic Evolutions a little later for MSRP. Now, let's talk about Crown Zenith, because I think this is going to be the most comparable thing to Prismatic Evolutions in the long run. Now, Crown Zenith isn't anything too crazy. Like, you were seeing ETBs now hit about $94, but look at all of the different products that Crown Zenith came in. I don't know exactly if Pokemon has anything planned like this for Prismatic Evolutions, but I think we could see something like that in the future. I think we could see tins. We could see like the promo box collections with like how we got the Lugia V and Unknown V here. We could see, figure collections, things like that. Now, there isn't anything in the works. Nothing has been announced, but this is something that we could see at a later point with more products for Prismatic Evolutions. So again, I think if you just kind of like hold out a little bit, and I know it sucks. I know the FOMO sucks. I know you're wanting to get your hands on new product and rip product, because ripping product is fun. Let's be completely honest. I love ripping packs just as much as the next person, but I am skipping on this set because I am not wanting to spend all of the money that it's going to take in order to find this set and be able to rip it myself. So with that being said, I will order singles for the time being. If I find something out in the wild, sure, I'll pick it up and we'll just kind of go from there. So I think if you can beat the FOMO, it'll work out for you in the long run. Umbreon EX, this card, the Sunbreon, this card being $1,600 is insane. This is more than the Moonbreon at this point, and I thought the Moonbreon was like cream of the crop when it came to Umbreon cards. This is wild. I don't think that it will remain the $1,600 price point. I think everyone saw the Moonbreon shoot up to that point, and they were like, oh yes, if we get another Umbreon, we can sell it again. Now, the most recent sale on TCG Player was $1,500, and now the next one for near mint is $1,700. With that being said, this could very well just be people like trading cards back and forth, because we have seen that before, right? Kind of create like a fake market where it's like stores are just kind of buying it back and forth, just creating sold listings so they can turn around and sell it at that high price. We have seen it before. I've seen it in other games that I've played. Yu-Gi-Oh is notorious for it. So like that could be happening. I don't think the average Joe or like the average collector is going on TCG Player and selling this for $1,700. Now, if we go to eBay, we see one sold for $1,600. There's other ones with bids. This one sold for $1,750. These say sold. The thing with eBay is you can never tell if it was actually paid. So like, yes, it may have sold, somebody may have bought it, but doesn't mean that they paid for it necessarily. I've had that happen a few times. And then on some of the ones that like the bidding gets really high too, people will just put in hate bids. People will just be angry that a card is this price, and like there's no way whoever bid $2,027, there's no way that this actually got paid out. There's just no way, because this sold, well, yesterday at this point, because it's after midnight, but this sold yesterday, and I'm expected to believe that when somebody can turn on TCG Player and just buy one for $1,700, like $300 less. I don't think that this actually sold. I think the winning bid was $2,000. I don't think this person will actually pay. That's just me. And people will say like, oh, I'm just downplaying it, or I'm coping, whatever. I don't really care about this set. I have ordered my Badoos, and I'll probably order some Pokeball reverse holo stuff, but like other than that, like I don't really care about the evolutions all that much, if I'm being completely honest with you. None of them are like competitively viable. They're just nice to look at. Some of like the absurdity that come out of the weekend though. So this was No Limit Gaming. This is a store in Kettering, Ohio. I do really like No Limit Gaming, but there's 150 people, dude, in this line for Prismatic Evolutions, which is nuts. So there's 150 people in this line, and I don't think the picture does it justice with just how large this like party supply store is, because this thing is massive. So the fact that they have 150 people waiting to get their hands on one ETB is insane. And I don't think like the average person can like take a day off of work to go buy Prismatic Evolutions. Have I taken PTO to buy Pokemon cards? Yes, I have. I am not proud of it. But for this set, I was not doing it because I knew how crazy it was going to be. This is crazy. Insane. I haven't seen anything like this since I was like collecting and selling sneakers. Like releases used to get like this for sneakers, for really hyped ones. But the fact that there's 150 people waiting for cards, this is crazy. But shout out to No Limit Gaming. Sold it at MSRP. Sold it one per person. I did go the next day and they were completely out of Prismatic Evolutions, which was to be expected. But the fact that they limited it to one per person and then one item per person just to make sure everybody got their hands on something, kudos to them, dude. Kudos to them. Crazy. Let's see. This is Sam's. Sam's opened 2 ETBs, 6 of the 3-pack blisters, 1 binder, and 1 poster collection. This was my friend who actually found product in the wild to open. This is what he was able to get his hands on. He ended up pulling a few of the new Ogerpons. So this is the new SIR Ogerpon. And then this one I'm talking about with like the high end being very high, but the low end being very low. So like this Ogerpon I think is like $25, I want to say. Something along those lines. It's up here. I should have just had it up. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's do this. Oh, just kidding. Let's do it this way. Ogerpon and Pokemon. So, yeah, $35. Maybe. This is $23, and this is in Japanese. So $26. We'll say $26 because this is the first like verified person. So $26 for that Ogerpon. And then I think they ended up getting the Briar, the Lucario, Suicune, and Pokeball, which was fine. They got the Iron Hands here, Tyranitar EX, more of the random masks. This is Pokeball, Duskull, and Dusknoir, which were like I think $7 and $10, which are great. And then pulled another of the new SIR of the Hearth. I think this Hearth. I think it's Hearth Spring. I'm not too much with the Hearth Flame. I'm not too in depth with the Ogrepon's here. I just know Teal Mask because I played Raging Bolt. But this one also looks very good. This one's like $47, $31. Okay, so $31 for this one. Nothing too crazy. But again, this is out of like 2 ETBs and all of that sealed product. So 2 SIRs out of that product is insane in the first place. But being able to find anything. This was the only Umbreon, only evolution hit he had out of all of his product. Now, you could open product and it can be completely different. There is no like set rate on these things. Okay? So with Evolving Skies, you could open booster boxes. Booster boxes on average have like a hit rate of like 2 secrets or 2 alt arts per box. So you can grab a box of Evolving Skies and expect to hit 2 secrets. Where in a set like this, there is no ratios whatsoever to go off of. I can open 10 ETBs and pull absolute garbage. You can open 10 ETBs and pull 2 Umbreons. It just happens sometimes, and with these side sets, everything is random, so it's so hard when people are like, the pool rates, because they don't really exist. Everything's just kind of random, and it's hard to base off of that, which sucks, but it does happen. Again, like if I open 30 cases of ETBs, my 30 cases can be drastically different from your 30 cases. I might open 10 SIRs out of my 30 cases, and you might open 4. Like, it just happens. It's just random. But as I said before, Pokemon has already came out and said, hey, we know this is a high demand set. This is the actual statement from Pokemon. We're aware that some fans may experience difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading card game Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolution products at launch due to high demand impacting availability. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are actively working to print more of the impacted Pokemon TCG products as quickly as possible at the maximum capacity to acknowledge this. So, we are seeing that reprints are going to happen. This happened with Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies had, I think, 3 waves of reprints. And, like, granted, Evolving Skies is expensive now because it's now 4 years old at this point. And it was one of the most pivotal sets in the Sword and Shield era. Like, I think that Evolving Skies is so popular, not only because it's evolutions, not only because it's Rayquaza, not only because it's Dragonite. There's a lot of Pokemon in that set. But the fact that it had such an impact on the actual TCG itself as well, it just made the perfect storm for people wanting it. Both competitive players, collectors, everybody wanted that set, right? So I think that was just kind of the perfect storm of like collectors and actual players both wanting a set at a large volume, just because there are so many impactful cards both in the meta and cards like the Umbreon. Where this set, we are seeing a heavy collector flow come in, and a lot of people that are wanting to invest in Pokemon. I think investing in something physical, great. Investing in trading cards, I think, is a little weird, because at any point Pokemon can just flood the market with this stuff and you lose all of your value. But I think that's what they're planning on doing with this, and I think that's why I'm trying to now compare it to Crown Zenith. On Twitter a few days ago, I compared it to Champion's Path, but I think we're looking at more like a Crown Zenith type product, if I'm being completely honest. Crown Zenith, again, with just all of these products, I think that we are going to see the same number of products for Prismatic Evolutions at some point. So we've already seen the Mini 10s, we've already seen the ETBs, but I think we're going to get some more of these like premium collection boxes or promo boxes. I think the last time they had like an evolution set, there was a box that had every single evolution in it. So I think that we will end up seeing like every single evolution as a promo at some point to add to this, and a box will just come with every single evolution as a promo and then like 10 packs or something like that. I think, we could end up seeing something like the Blooming Waters with 151. That's also going kind of nuts right now, and people are like fighting each other in Costco, which not worth it, but that's neither here nor there. People don't know how to act around Pokemon cards for some reason this time around. But it is slowly feeling like we're getting back to like that COVID Pokemon Point, and I disliked COVID Pokemon very much just because you could never get your hands on product. Everything was being scalped. But I think with Pokemon releasing this statement, letting us know that they're adding more to it, and more new products from the Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions lineup will be launching in the coming months. I think that's saying, hey, we are going to get a lot of this product into the hands of the people that actually want this product. We are going to put a ton of this product out for the community. So I think this initial wave, Pokemon realized, wow, we kind of messed up here. I mean, they were cutting allocations for stores, dude. So stores were not getting what they initially ordered, and they were having to be refunded for the amount that they had paid. So I think Pokemon's saying, this is crazy that this is happening. We're just going to flood the market with this product. So if you can wait and you can be patient, you will more than likely be able to get your hands on Prismatic Evolutions at a later date for that closer to MSRP kind of price point. Again, just wait it out. Just wait it out, and it'll all work out like it always does.